Buongiorno. I'm probably saying that super bad. That was kind of dumb. Whatever. We're doing something Italian today. I'm just winging it, y'all. That's not Italian. So, Scott and I joined here in Tacoma, Browne Family Vineyards. It has a wine club. So if you're not familiar with Browne wines, it's Browne with an E on the end. They have a new tasting room here in the Tacoma area in Proctor District, which is not too far from our house. Super cool area, and we joined because it's like super fun. We can go walk there. They have really good wine. And in my little wine club selection thing I just got, there was a super fun recipe for easy bolognese. Now, I've made bolognese before. It's just been a long time, and I was like, I'm gonna make this on Untitled Bite because it sounds really good. And it really is so easy. They even give a couple little fun pro tips, which I just love. I love a good pro tip for making things a little easier when you're cooking. So anyways, there's nothing, that I can say much about it because I've not made this before, this particular recipe. But bolognese is usually done with, celery, carrot, onion, garlic. So it's got some veggies, but they're usually finely diced. And then it has the ground beef, and it cooks for a long time. So it's a meat sauce, essentially. A little milk goes in there, which is, some people might not know that goes in there, but usually there's a little bit of milk in there. And it just cooks down, and it's good. And I'm actually gonna serve it on top of zucchini noodles, which I did a video once before called ZOODLES. Check it out, it's way back in the archives. But anyways, using Browne's delicious cabernet. They have a lot of varieties. This is the one that I'm using because we just got our wine pickup. It's called Homecoming. Browne Family Vineyards. They don't know I'm not being paid, or I don't know anybody there. I just love their wine and thought I'd promote them a little bit with this fun recipe. So anyways, I'm super pumped to eat some easy bolognese. All right, let's get started. Okay, first off, taking some pancetta. Pancetta is sometimes it's sliced thin, but it's often diced. And it's an Italian bacon, essentially. Pancetta, the main difference between pancetta and regular bacon as we know it is same part of the pig from what I understand, but pancetta is salt brined or salt cured, and bacon is smoked. So it's the Italian way. So I've got 2 ounces of pancetta that's just in this skillet. I didn't put any oil because it's got plenty of fat, and I'm gonna let that kind of render down and get cooking. In here, in my food processor, this little pro tip, instead of finely dicing each thing, which you totally could do, because this stuff is going to cook down so much. It cooks for about 3 hours that it's not like you're going to need to have perfectly diced bits within your bolognese. I'm sure there's some people who are like, no, you want to be able to see it. I don't know. I'm just following the recipe. But in here, this whole thing, so I've got 1 medium onion, 1 big carrot stick that's been peeled, and then 1 large rib celery. I do 2 smaller ones because my celery is kind of small. And you just want to get this to essentially like a fine dice. So I'll go in here and check it. Give it a little, let these guys stir around. Oh, it already smells so good. Oh man, I cannot wait for dinner tonight. Okay, it's like real crispy, nice and crispy. Okay, so now I'm gonna add about a tablespoon of olive oil down in here. This thing was not going out very fast. And then the veggies. And also some garlic. I got prepped in my garlic press. Oh, you guys, this is gonna be super good. I bet somebody who's watching has like some killer Italian sauce that you're famous for or is in your family. I'd love to hear about it. I don't have a ton of cooking repertoire in my recipe box. Okay, so this goes in, and then I got some garlic cloves. Going to press those in, and then a bit of heat. I get to do a little bit of crushed red pepper. I suppose if you really want it spicy, do a few more pinches. Calls for 1 to 2 pinches. I'll probably just do 2 really, really small ones. Oh gosh, the smells already. Woo! And the onion. Ah! It's strong. And already, all the little brown bits on the bottom of the pan from the pancetta, whew, those are it's already kind of come clean from the bottom of my pan. So I'm going to do, here's my pepper flake. Oh, I'm really getting the onion. That's kind of one more. Okay, I'll put this back in here. And now also, excuse me, salt and pepper. It says season with salt and pepper generously. So, do a nice, that's a large pinch. Some cranks of black pepper in there. And then you guys, this is gonna go for about 10 minutes and just saute out, cook out. So I'm leaning over because the onion is strong. Cook out a little bit, get nice and tender, and then we're gonna add our ground beef and I believe the milk. And you cook until that kind of evaporates, and then we're gonna add the wine. And then I'll have a glass of wine, of course. Okay, vegetables have been kind of browning. You don't lower the heat, you still wanna stay medium high. So now I've got kind of the brown bits again on the bottom of my pan. This reminds me a lot of making really good soup. You kind of gotta be patient and let the layers build. So I've got a pound of ground beef here. That's gonna be going down, and this will be another, sorry, my phone got full. So anyways, pound of ground beef. And that goes in here. I'm gonna be browning that up for about 10 minutes, and then we'll have the next layer. So lots of layers, and already there's a nice kind of crispy build on the bottom of my pan, but that's gonna all get bubbled up and kind of mixed back in with the next layers that we add. Another layer's coming. Okay, so my meat has been browned. There's lots of yummy bits on the bottom. You wanna go till there's no pink left. By the way, I'm using an 85-15 ground beef, so that means 15% fat. The recipe says you can use 85-15 or 80-20, but you wouldn't wanna use something that's any fattier than that. Too much shrinkage of the meat. So a half cup of whole milk is going down in here. Yum! It's kind of bubbling up. Now I'm gonna go in here, scrape the bottom. All those brown bits are, like, as Guy Fieri says, Flavor Town. So I'm kind of getting those scraped up a little bit. They're not all coming off, but that's okay. You wanna cook the meat. It's gonna be a few minutes, but basically till there's no liquid left in the pan. Again, just cooking it down, concentrating flavors, making it flavorful. I'm so pumped about this, you guys. Okay, most of that liquid is cooked out. Now I feel like I'm just kind of frying the meat. So next step, wine. Thank you, don't mind if I do. Oh wait, the meat first. Love that sound, that sound. Oh, the whole kitchen just went to a whole new level of smell. That's incredible. So same thing here, we want to cook that wine down. It's just a half a cup, but man, the flavor is so big and bold. I think Browne does a really good job with their reds. They suit me. I love a big, bold, jammy wine, so cheers to you. If you're watching this for the first time, but you haven't cooked it yet, make sure you give yourself a little red wine when you're cooking. Super good. Okay, a couple more minutes, and then tomato paste will be going in. And then it just gets to hang out for a long time. Take a little nap in the pot here. Okay, that was some excitement. You don't know behind the scenes. I went to go open up my tomato paste can, and I was like, that doesn't look right. I have no idea how it survived in a move, but it did, and it expired like 2 years ago. Gross. I'm really good about cleaning out my cans. But anyways, thank you, neighbor Jenny. You're the best. So 1 can of tomato paste and 2 cups of water. And now you guys, it gets to hang out. I think there's one more step. I have a bay leaf, perhaps, that I'm adding. Yeah, bay leaf and a little bit of nutmeg. So I'm gonna get this stirred in here and bring it to a simmer, and then, which is like a kind of like a light bubble, and then I'm gonna reduce the heat, and it's gonna just hang out for 3 hours. The flavor is gonna be so intense and so good, I cannot even stand it. And then, like I said, we're gonna have ours over ZOODLES because we're trying to be real mindful. You know, you just can't eat like you used to when you're my age. It's lame. So anyways, see you in a number of hours. Okay, Bolognese, watch. So you guys, when it starts to look like there's almost no water left, that's when you want to add a little bit. You don't want to add more than a cup at a time. I'm going 3/4 cup. I've already done this once, but I thought I should show the people. So you just add some water, stir it through. I mean, I've got almost 2 hours to go, not quite an hour and a half or so, but you don't want it to dry out. You do need to kind of watch the sauce. This is not something you're gonna make and then go, you know, run errands for a few hours. You gotta kind of watch it. About every, I don't know, 30 minutes or so, I just kind of take a swing by, just set a little alarm. I'm busy about doing other things around my house, but it's on real low. So yeah, look how low it is. But just bubbling away. The time has finally come. Oh my gosh, you guys, it smells like some like Italian grandmother's house in here. I'm not kidding. It smells so good. Okay, so we're doing zoodles, do noodles, do spaghetti, do whatever. If you want a little insight on this, I shred my zucchini. I'm making a big old mess. I shred my zucchini. I put it in a towel. I put some salt on it. I put it in a towel, squeeze out. You won't believe how much liquid comes out. And then I just put it in a nonstick pan and just let it steam. And so more liquid comes out. So you don't have a runny mess going on. Look at this Bolognese. It's like rich, rich tomato. I can see tiny bits of carrot, probably pancetta. I mean, I'm dying. I would probably put this on like a shoe and eat it. Is that the old phrase? I'd eat that off of a shoe. It's so good. Hold on. Little bag of Parmesan Reggiano still going strong. I put a big block in my food processor and then I just keep it in this bag, and a little bit goes a long way because this cheese is so flavorful. So anyways, I mean, I'm just like, is it time to taste? I'm dying. Okay, I'm gonna go just for sauce first before I get to the zoodle part, because I'm gonna give you guys a real authentic review here. Really, I would lick it off the bottom of a shoe. I'm not totally kidding. Oh, wow, wow, wow. That is some rich Italian goodness. I mean, I don't do tons of Italian cooking because I feel like I have friends who do way better. But wow, that is like, you don't even notice you're eating zucchini. It's all about that sauce. Wow. Okay, you guys, the layer of flavor, it's like, because remember when I was making it, I said it's like making soup. There's all these layers. None of it's hard. It's just patience. Throw this thing in, stir, wait 5 to 10 minutes. Put the next thing in, stir, wait 5 to 10 minutes. But you build the flavors. And I did end up adding an additional probably 3 cups of water because it just kept cooking out and kept cooking out, and then there was like nothing left. So it just keeps getting more and more concentrated. You've got to make this. If you already have your own family secret recipe, awesome. But if you've never made Bolognese, this is it, you guys. So good, so flavorful. Do it on noodles, do it on zoodles, whatever. Thank you, Browne Family Vineyards, for the easy recipe and the outstanding wine. This is their homecoming Cab 2017. Don't mind if I do. All right, you guys. Delight of the Bite. Subscribe, share, tell your friends about me and my channel. Hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already done so. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, you can also find me on Instagram at Delight of the Bite. So I really appreciate you tuning in. Until next week, bye-bye.